Hi guys, it's Jen. A little teary-eyed right now. I ended up doing a yoga, breath work, release of negativity, anger, resentment, hurt, suffering, pain, mindful visualization, and spoken aloud invocation so that I may release these negative attachments, energies, and take in healing and love and forgiveness and compassion and truth and justice and all good things. And I have to say, the worst form of suffering and torture on this planet is the separation and disconnect between mother and child for me, and the anger and hurt and resentment and hatred and blocking and all these things, but even more so, the broken-hearted feeling of loss, as my children are my air, my heart, my soul, my everything. And without them, I'm an empty, hollow shell of nothing. The only thing I've ever had on this planet is my faith. And being good, although it led to a lifetime of pain, being so gullible and naive, always giving everyone the benefit of the doubt, trusting too much, because I embrace both the dark and the light. I believe in complete equality and no judgment, and I've never judged like that. I've never been a person to look at someone and, have a perception or a judgment. I just see things for what they are, and I don't label people as society does, but it seems that I'm always the one being used, manipulated, attacked, hated, tortured, raped, molested, lied about, beat down. And it's very exhausting and tiring. So I'm quite emotional today, trying to release these negative, hurtful, dark, evil, whatever you want to call it, attachments, feelings, emotions, thoughts, shortcomings, and in my opinion, failures, because that's not who I am. And ever since I was young, I've just always been the kind, sweet, caring, always the go-to person for advice, healer, mother, helper, advocate for children, advocate for all suffering, animal lover, earth lover, environment lover, and protector of children. And the thing that scares me the most is that the situations that my sons are currently in will be the death of them if they don't change, and no one is listening to me. And as their mother, I should have every divine right to make decisions and choices which have been stolen from me in many different ways. So by forgiving my son's father, even though to this day he's very much still conspiring against me and the enemy, because he's hurting my children and somehow gets off on the separation of mother and child instead of making that connection flourish. And I don't know I don't understand people like that because I'm not that way. And it's very difficult for me to do because when my children are hurting, I hurt. So today I said, okay, I'm going to do this yoga. I'm going to physically express all this built up anxiety and fear and self-doubt and feeling of helplessness and uselessness, failure, and let go. Just release it. Thanks for the learning experience. I'm done letting you go. I release you in gratitude and love, but you don't serve me anymore and I have to let you go. But I'm not going to leave an empty, uninhabited space of energy in my being. So I took in love and light and positivity and reunion and asked specific intentions for my children. And if need be, if this is not divine will, then it sometimes feels that it would be better for me to not be here anymore because this existence of suffering is just too much to bear. And when I am expired, it most certainly will not be at the hands of a disease or something traumatic. It will be to having a broken heart. So next I'm doing a healing hypnosis session by a very trusted person who I vouch for on YouTube and other internet platforms. His name is Michael Seeley, and he's phenomenal as far as a safe, guided hypnosis meditation, very gentle, and he has helped me for years now, going within and doing some work on the inside. I just don't know why it took me so long in life to understand that I didn't deserve the guilt and the shame and these feelings that I was placing on myself, taking all the blame. And I thought, well, I'm 42 now, and my whole life is gone at this point. What can I do now? The only thing I can do is make sure that this does not happen to my children. But when I think of them in their toxic, unhealthy environments as they're in currently, with devices, radiation causing bones to grow horns in children, fluoride in our water, mass media manipulation and censorship, and then the evil Illuminati and entities that are making evil things cool and a fad, and everyone's lack of faith in the masters who've gone before, namely Jesus. That's the intention of the evil, is to block out any mention of the word Jesus or the teachings of his, which are the way, the truth, and the life. And knowing my kids sit for hours on end playing video games, having their life force literally sucked by ways of radiation into these devices, eating fast food and slop, no spiritual training in the home, and now this finding through the court stating that I can only have phone contact with my kids until September. Their whole summer is gonna come and go without me even getting to hug them or kiss them or have a conversation or teach them something. And this stuff is happening now. And I'm trying to explain to these courts, to everyone, I don't have time to sit on your schedule. This is happening now, 2019, now. Things are changing. I mean, with the arrest this week of Epstein and the Epstein Island and all these big, powerful names that are associated. I'm like, yes, finally, there's something good. I know many good things are changing in the world, and I know many people are going through the ascension process and coming into their dreams, and things are happening, and it almost feels like at war on enemy territory, how it's always, no man, no brothers left behind. And some of us are. We don't have anyone. We don't have spiritual teachers. We don't have money to pay people for guidance. Everything we've learned, we've done on our own. And it's hard. It's hard discovering who you really are, what your capabilities are, what your path is, your mission, your journey, and everything that I have learned about myself and my family and my ancestral heritage, and taking on karmic debt from family members. They don't have a clue sometimes what someone goes through for them. And we don't announce it because it's not about self-recognition. It's just about unity and healing, helping others, and the dreams of developing the rescue ranch, the Reiki Rescue Ranch, where children, elderly, animals, addicts, alcoholics, anyone seeking healing can come on private land with all sustainable resources, helping the homeless, helping anyone suffering, especially children. That's my dream. That's my dream. So I don't get down on myself, I guess, too much because, well, yeah, I do. And I don't understand why, because even suffering at the hands of so many not so good beings, I still just want to help people. To me, if I was, not authentic, I would have said, fuck them, I hope they go to hell. I hope this whole planet gets destroyed and humanity has to start over. Like, I'd be that kind of person. Or I'd be a psychopath or a sociopath shooting up a church or shooting up a school or bombing a building or something. So for me, I do give myself credit, I guess, because after suffering for almost a half a century here, I still only want to help. And that is because I know who I am beyond this earth. Well, I'm learning more, but I know where I come from. And I was shown that last year during my death experience. I was kind of given those flashing visions and saw what I saw, and I was like, oh, okay. But I guess I do have responsibility in the astral realms, one being above, one being below. But that is because it's more of like an ambassador or on a council or something with, keeping things in balance, there and there, as above, so below, and under. I don't know, it's really confusing to talk about. That's why it's hard for me to voice these things, because I see it all. I see in my head everything. I get the messages. I'm given the information that I need, but trying to express it and explain it to others is just a monumental task. It's, everything I've discovered about myself and my family, I have discovered on my own with the help of my guides and my angels and companions, guardians, teachers. I just don't know how to express it in a way that others can understand. And that's why I don't take to heart every description of what each, you hear Arcturian, Pleiadian, Anunnaki, all these different Lyrans, Andromedans, Avians, Archangels, Cherubim, Creator Gods, plural, good and bad. And to me, in my opinion, every race, every nationality, whether human or galactic, has its good members and its bad members. The ones that hurt and the ones that help. So I hear all this talk. Let's use Anunnaki, for example. All human being eating, cannibalistic, evil reptiles, and it's just not true. Just like saying here on Earth that that's why our jails are overcrowded with minorities like blacks because they're a bad race. No, they're not. A lot of them were made to look that way. Some kind of agenda. There are many in this world, many. So when I think of radiation, fluoride, our education system removing anything good, and prayer back in the 50s, and then I'm thinking other things like, okay, July 4th, Independence Day. Well, a lot of people don't know, in galactic realms, there was a mission called Operation Freedom Earth, with its intent being the sovereign integral. And it was a mission accomplished this past week. But I don't feel very celebratory. I don't feel like having a party, because until my sons and myself are restored and reunited and healing, and I am given back my divine motherly right of their guidance, their education, their spirituality and learning and nutrition and home environment and supervision on devices and things like that, I will not be whole. I will not celebrate. And I'm happy, I really am, for everyone that is ascending and their dreams are coming true and they're getting what they, always dreamed of, and I wish you the best. I don't think in this lifetime here I am going to physically see that for myself, but I'm hoping between leaving my legacy and my journals and research and findings and things, which I have totes and totes of journals and writings and books and research, and it just goes on and on. I guess that's my therapy, is journaling, writing, dream interpretation, message interpretation. It would just be a miracle for me to have just one person in 3D to have to discuss these things with, and these findings, and make heads or tails, and have someone in this community to be a voice and someone that is taken seriously and has the wherewithal and is awakened, that can partner. I don't want someone to do things for me. I want someone to stand next to me and back me up loyally, saying this girl is speaking the truth, and help others who are small-minded or asleep or whatever you want to call them, unaware, to realize and see things for exactly what they are. But it's very hard always being alone and having to figure everything out in here. So when I can't, I go in here and I pray, meditate, ask guidance, and I beg daily for divine intervention into my situation. Because how can I help anyone else, which is my only goal and mission? And never for a fee, by the way. I stand behind Hippocrates and the Hippocratic Oath. No payment, fee, or charge for services. I think that Ayurveda, holistic, Reiki, naturopathic medicine will wipe out big pharma in the medical industry. But when the way my kids are headed right now, they won't be alive to experience any of it. And I'm hoping that the book of Enoch and the Epic of Gilgamesh and the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, that rapture is a very true thing. And I hope for some of us it just happens, and that we're taken up in some way. So I'm going to do my hypnosis session. I just wanted to check in with everybody and say I don't apologize for the videos that are negative, the videos that are emotional, the videos that are offensive, the videos that are truth, like it or not, in your face, because this is me, and I'm never going to apologize for who I am. And I've been through enough persecution and torture and abuse and proverbial crucifixion over being real and authentic and a good, kind person, helpful, non-judgmental, caring, nurturing, healing, providing person. And this is my truth, my journey, my life, my experiences, and no one else's. So I just like maybe the fact that someone who is going through these up and down chaotic waves of bullshit in life and thinking, why me? Why? I'm not a bad person. Why? I'm the one person that actually, why? Maybe they can see and then just know they're not alone. I don't know. I'm on a mission to overcome these circumstances. The place that I'm staying at right now, I can't even think straight. There's 12 cats and a dog, and it's just filthy and disgusting. And this poor person that I'm staying with is a little mentally challenged, and it's just too much for him. But I'm grateful for the shelter. But believe me, the work involved beyond pays any rent that I would pay anywhere else, with the constant cleaning and one of those, it's like almost a home of a hoarder where they walk in, they have to wear gas masks because of these ammonia, and it's just like that. So I don't really get a moment's peace, and that's the thing. It's like the woods and sleeping in the back of a car, and then going to this person's house and sleeping on their couch, and it's a drug house and people are in and out with drugs and all this. Then going to the rooming house, and there's 50 people crammed in and 2 bathrooms and only a microwave to cook and no peace, no quiet. And then coming here, and it's the animals, and my friend who's like always knocking at the door wanting, and I'm trying to just be like alone and do my shit. And then my kids being separated, 2 of them ignoring me, 1 of them has me blocked, the other one's so angry and confused, they just want nothing to do with me. And it almost makes me just not want to fight anymore and just let their dad win. But then I know that comes at their ultimate destruction, and that I'm not willing to do. Like it or not, if it hurts or not, if it makes you angry or not, truth is truth. And that's what it is. And that's one thing I don't quit and I don't ever give up is my kids, and I never will. But I know my life here is short. I've kind of been shown timelines of that, and that's why I've been in such a rush to do all these things. From the position I've been, it's like a pointless, futile mission. You're just a nobody with no voice, no resources to do anything. So what I do is pray. I pray every day for all of you, for my kids, and for myself, because how can I be any kind of guide or teacher or leader or shower of the way if I'm not also assisted as well? And I don't have anyone in 3D, so my assistance, I have to have faith, will come from the divine. And through it all, through this entire life, as angry as I've been, as suicidal as I've been, as many times as I've just tried to take myself out of the game or give up and stay oblivious by staying high or staying drunk or whatever, sleeping, being alone, just wanting that escape constantly from this hell. I don't know. Sometimes it's real heavy still there. Sometimes I think, nope, I'm just going to conquer it today, just today, maybe tomorrow. So I have about that much hope left. But faith is the one thing I do have, because Jesus doesn't fail. He saves. And I want to show people the path, but I can't yet, because I'm still so broken and hollow and empty. And that's only going to be fixed with reunion of my children and knowing that they're happy and healthy and protected and safe, educated and nurtured and loved, and have correct supervision in an environment that is healthy. It's the only way. And unfortunately, in this world, the mother doesn't get a say-so. It's up to elected officials, and you have to prove yourself against someone who just lies constantly to beat you down and attacks every bit of your character, your mental state, your intelligence, your faith, your history, everything. So it's a constant battle of day in and day out, proving yourself, and it's exhausting. It's really exhausting, and I'm tired. I'm really tired. I've done a lot of good in this world, and for a lot of people, for a lot of years, and I'm glad it's going to stay anonymous, because I don't want recognition for it. I just know in my heart that that person is that way today because of that conversation we had, or that advice I gave years ago, or this circumstance happened and that led them to that, and that I could be a part of that. I actually did help people, and it feels good. I guess, always would feel nice to have it kind of done for you, you know? But it will be. Just Not on this earth, I don't think. So, yeah, my health is declining again. The last couple of months have done a lot of damage because of the circumstances and the microwaves and the aluminum and not having anywhere to really do yoga or be left alone to study, and having the trauma of my kids going on day in and day out. My immune system is really low, and if things don't change circumstantially for me, it's probably not going to be that great, and I'm okay with that. I've accepted it, but I just wish I could have done more. I just wanted to help this world, like help humanity and save this planet. That was my dream since I was a kid. It is what it is. So, back to my yoga, then a shower. I did take my supplements, and I forced myself to eat something yesterday. And I'm just going to get through another day. My prayers and my intentions are always with my soul family out there. You know who you are. Every day, personally, I count you by name as well as the others whom I don't know yet, and I love you. And your future's going to be bright, because I manifest that too for you, okay? Not in specifics. Blessings, love, abundance, prosperity, unity, victory, freedom, whole health. To you. Love, yours truly, the walking disaster herself, Jen. XOXO. Peace.